Hello, TASOC designers. And I hope you're all ready for our next fun and exciting unit about making boats. Now, all the information is in your design brief, which is located in Google Classroom. Make sure that you fill that out. There's a section at the end that has you explain what you know about the project now after you've read the design brief. We'll go over this more in class. If you haven't been able to make it yet and you are in another country, just make sure that you fill that out once you understand what to do. We are going to be having this unit in the library, so make sure that you come over for the next 3 weeks for your design classes in the library, because we're going to have to do a lot of research and we're going to have to do a lot of planning before we get to the point where we're able to go out and actually make our boat. So this is the rubric that you'll be using for this assignment. Now, all the criteria are here. Criteria A, inquiring and analyzing. Criteria B, developing ideas. Criteria C, creating a solution. And criteria D, evaluating. By now you should know what these 4 criteria are. You can bounce back and forth between them, but everything needs to be documented within your design notebook. We're going to be practicing this time our journaling abilities with our documentation as we go through everything we need to go through. So what I've also done is, instead of us going through each individual part and being assessed and graded on each one, I'm just going to be grading you on 2 for each criteria. You're still going to have to do all of them within each design because each one's part of the design process, but I'm just going to be grading you and giving you feedback on the ones highlighted within the rubric. So read these closely and go through the same thing you'd normally do with the rubric from last time. Now, the one on the end here would represent a 7. So you're going to want to use that as your guiding point as you're going through this. See how you make your plan, okay? So this one means you're going to be making a plan for your boat. Do you state some findings of research for your plan? Do you develop a solution to the problem with some guidance from me? Do you construct a very large plan that states and prioritizes what you're going to need to do, how you're going to do it, what's buoyancy, how boats work, how I'm going to make the boat work, what am I going to tie it together with, etc., with guidance from me? Or did you do it independently? Okay, this will be your first grade for inquiring and analyzing. The next one here highlighted is how many different products you've analyzed to help you make your boat. Okay, if you talk about minimal features of an existing product, you talk about one boat and what it's made like, it's going to be down here. Okay, if you start talking a lot about one that outlined the solution to, or that inspired the solution to your problem, it'll go here. If you start talking about groups of different ones, it'll go here. If you analyze a group of similar projects where you're really going into detail about how they're made, that's how you're going to get the 7 for this first criteria. Then as we move on to the developing ideas part, okay, how many feasible design ideas do you have? Do you have one design idea? That's going to go into the 1. Do you have a few? Do you have a range of them? Remember, the levels of complexity is the important part for being able to get that higher mark. Okay, you have to do this step. But are you doing this step with effort? Are you doing this step with backing it up with research? Are you doing this step to show me that you've done all of these things? Or are you just trying to tick that minimum check off the checkbox? Okay, that's what the grade is based off of. No matter what, when you go through a design, you have to do it all. How thorough are you doing each step? Okay, and this next one, you're going to have to blueprint again, just like you did with the Pinewood Derby. Part of 7th grade, what I want you guys to do is focus on that blueprinting skill. So this one, we're going to go a little bit further. Before, you had the brick of wood already. You knew what your design was going to look like. This is going to be a little bit more abstract. Okay, if you draw a square and give me dimensions, I mean, that's going to be probably here. Do you develop accurate planning drawings and diagrams, focus on those S's, and outline the requirements for this creation of the chosen solution? Those things are all going to be needed to really get that 7. Once you're actually creating the solution, okay, how are your technical skills? Does your raft look good and functional, or is it just a complete mess? Okay, then as you're going through, talk about the changes that you made to your design. Okay, are there a lot of changes? Are there a few changes? Why did you make those changes? Did you make those changes after you tested it and you found out it didn't work? Were you evaluating the solution, made the changes again? Okay, these are the things that you need for this graded criteria. As we go into criteria D, Okay, was the solution a success? Now look at this one. This is a perfect example of how I'm going to be grading this. You have states, you have outlines, you have describes, you have explains. Okay, and over here you have one relevant test. You have relevant product testing, and then authentic product testing. Okay, so these are going to be the things that I'm going to look for. Did you state? Did you outline? Did you describe? Or did you explain? Okay, how thorough were you? Then, talk about how the solution can be improved after you're done. Okay, so did you list no ways? Did you list? Did you outline? Did you describe? Okay, where are you at within this for levels of complexity? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in class. If you're not here yet and you're waiting to still come into Kinshasa, start focusing on researching about boats. Okay, make sure you read your design brief. Your design brief is going to understand or help explain what we're going to be doing in class and help be a guiding document. You can even take notes in if you need to, if you need further explanations about what we're going to be doing in class for this specific design. Okay, if you have any email or any questions, feel free to email me at chopkins or chopkins@tassoc.net. That's going to be the best way to contact me. You can comment on stuff in Google Classroom, but I don't always catch those. So please go ahead and use email, and that's going to be the best way for you to talk with me on that. I hope that you guys all enjoy this, and I hope none of you get wet and you all make a great boat. Have a wonderful rest of your day.